Have you ever felt yourself in a fog or angry or groggy just for no apparent reason? Have you ever then resorted to exercise to get rid of those negative feelings? I know that as an adult, I often hear the words, I need to exercise and get some endorphins going. I say them myself all the time when I feel like I'm in a fog. And that's because as adults, we understand the long lasting effects and benefits of exercise and what it can bring to us. Exercise is undoubtedly one of the best things that we can do for our health, but the impact it has on young brains is even greater. Today, I'm here to persuade you that exercise for young brains should be one of our top priorities. To fully understand this issue, we must look at the problem, investigate the cause, and finally, I will provide you with a unique solution. Let's jump into the problem. Problem number one is technology. While we've made many advances in technology to make our lives better, when there's such a great deal with visual stimuli, it can prevent the development of a child's brain. According to the Chicago Tribune on August 28, 2015, in order to boost our child's brain power and help them develop executive functioning skills, the ability to problem solve and juggle tasks, we need to make sure they exercise. Children are more likely to be distracted and lose focus on physical activities when technology is present. That means that anytime that there's a screen present and kids have a screen going as well as another activity, they're always going to prefer the screen because of the visual stimuli that it provides. Another problem is budget cuts in schools. The benefit of exercise for young brains and for children's mental health is so important for all children, but unfortunately, not all children have access to it. According to the World Health Organization, as of March 2nd, 2020, the recommendation is for an hour of moderate to vigorous exercise every day for adolescents, in addition to whatever they already do in school. With many low-income students that don't have access or the means to pay for after-school extracurricular activities or sports, a lot of them depend for the PE time to provide instructed exercise. With schools experiencing budget cuts for years now, PE has been cut to twice a week for roughly 30 minutes. And unfortunately, PE is one of the first subjects that always seems to be cut. Now that we have looked at the problem, let's explore the costs. The cost number one is technology makes parenting easier. Though many parents think it's harmless, I often hear the words that the iPad is babysitting. Or Daniel Tiger, which is a popular toddler show, is a babysitter instead of interacting with the kids or getting them to run around and play outside. According to CNN Health, in an article dated from August 15th, 2014, kids who spent more time on their iPads rather than playing or doing physical activity had more gray matter in their brain, which signifies that their brains are less mature. So the more white matter in a brain, the more mature it is. Kids with more white matter in their brain had more developed brains and also did better in school as well as were more active. Cost number two is also budget cuts. This leads back to the first problem. According to Time Magazine, in an article from August 19th, 2014, physical education class and recess may be just as important to do well in school as time spent in a classroom, which means that although classes such as math and English are prioritized during budget cuts, research shows that children are less likely to thrive in them without physical education. Now that we have looked at the problem and the cost, let me provide you with a unique solution. Instead of having budget cuts affect a single subject alone, such as PE, we should consider reducing all classes equally in order to provide an equal amount of diversity between subjects. That way people and kids are still getting their exercise in PE as well as their class time in math and English and science. It's unfair to keep all these other classes at an hour and then completely get rid of physical exercise. Another solution is to encourage active ways to learn in school, to encourage kids who may go home to sit on an iPad to get as much exercise as possible in the classroom. And this is something that's a lot easier to do when kids are younger in elementary school, and to develop activities that will get them engaged in both learning and physical activity. But I think that there's a way that everybody can be creative and come up with activities that get kids moving, even if teenagers think they're lame. Today I try to persuade you that schools should stop budget cuts that only affect PE. Exercise should be taken seriously for everybody, and we looked at the problem, the causes, and I provided you with these unique solutions. So hopefully next time that you have to choose between playing with the child or handing them a phone and iPad, you're encouraged to promote brain and physical development by engaging with them in a physical manner. And if by chance you happen to have an opinion in anything that's related to the classroom, whether you want to become a teacher or you want to be on the school board or you're just volunteering, hopefully you can also take some of the information that I provided today and apply it to that, so that we can encourage kids to learn and be active as well. Thank you.